Mm-mm. It's not a mukbang. Oh, Tiffany, I'm eating your biscuits. Ta-da. Okay. So, it started this same live earlier, but no one came, so I didn't understand why, so I restarted so that we can. I'm sweating because it's so hot in my house. I have a fan going, but it's not good enough. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me evaporate the sweat off my face before we like start properly. So, first of all, everybody's seen the title. Everybody's seen the title, and that's what we're gonna discuss today. We haven't done Army Talk Time on this account in like forever. I bet like almost a year, all over a year, properly, probably. So what's gonna happen today is we're gonna have a real discussion on it, and I will give you the real reasons as to why BTS is not coming to your country, okay? But first, I would like to hear the reasons why you think that BTS isn't coming. If they're not coming to your country or your city yet or ever, then I would like to know why you think that is. Just tell me your reasons. Look, you can't run away from things that make you sad. You have to confront them and try to find out the reason why so that it doesn't happen again. So this is a solution. This is a discussion to a solution. It's not as depressing as you think, okay? So this is why we're going to have a discussion on it. And because Singapore was too hot. Actually, I know the reason why they're not coming back to Singapore, although it's not officially announced yet, but it is a very low possibility that they're coming back. And I heard it from a Korean person with rather reliable information. So, anyway, I'll tell you the Singapore reason. I just want to hear your reasons. Come on, let's see those reasons. Let's not talk about whether it's a sad topic or whatever. Just tell me honestly, it doesn't matter what your reason is. Just tell me what your reasons are, what you think your reasons are that they're not going to your country or city. Okay, Heist, if they're going, then good for you. But this is a discussion anyway for people, not really for the people, but it's good to find out why like let's say they have your country on some tours and not on others. Okay, hot weather organization could not afford it. Okay, these are legit reasons so far. It's really hot here. I'm sweating as I'm sitting here. I hate it so much. I cannot wait to go back to Korea, but that's like, oh, less than 3 months. Brunei is too conservative. Okay, that's a legit reason also. Like religion based reasons, very conservative society type of reasons. Big Hit doesn't think that you have enough money. Okay, so some of you have thought about like real like country reasons kind of thing that like I was gonna say poverty, but it's not poverty. It's um affordability. Okay, so let's start with somebody's reason. They said, Rafida said, maybe Big Hit thinks that they can't afford it. This is not true because I think Brunei is has quite a stable economy. But Thailand is one of the poorest countries in the world. Sad to say, Thailand is really poor. But every fucking tour they get a concert. And this is and when I went to Thailand last year for the Love Yourself final, all the sold out tickets were actually the first to sell out. The tickets that were first to sell out was actually the top rows, the nosebleed sections. Like all the cheapest tickets sold out first because the Thai armies were mostly people who can only afford, if they can afford it, they could only afford the really back rows, the back sections. But to them, it doesn't matter. And to us, it shouldn't matter either because in a BTS concert, any seat is a good seat. It's a blessed seat. So I was able to get ground seats near the stage really easily. It was no problem. I went in like a week later and there were still ground seats available. So it's not an economy issue. So don't think that. And also, it's not a weather issue. BTS said last year that they actually love being here in Singapore, but the issue was a management issue. There were a lot of problems. Let me tell you what happened with the Singapore management last year. Organizers were really shady. They sold tickets ahead of time before the pre-sales were open to armies and before... Did we even get pre-sales? No, we did not. So that's the thing with Singapore. The organization does not want us to have pre-sales because for armies with membership, we get pre-sales. And we're supposed to have a raffle thing where we are allowed to, those who win the raffle are allowed to buy the best seats in the house first. So whatever is ground or whatever is closest to the stage or standing pit or whatever, excuse me. If you win the raffle, that's what you get. You are allowed to buy the best seats first. And then for general sales, you can go back in and you can buy other sales, like anywhere you like. But for Singapore, the organizations never want to cooperate with this. Even in previous years where pre-sales were open, like Hong Kong participated and Hong Kong had pre-sales, even before this raffle thing ever existed. And trust me on this analysis. I have been an army from the very beginning, like pre-debut. So, and I've attended like, I don't know, 13 concerts in different countries over the years. So I have been observing. You can rely on my information and observation as to how it goes. Like I participated in so many countries ticketing, so I know what I'm talking about. Hong Kong participated in pre-sales in previous years also, which complied with which allowed people with membership to have the benefit because previously benefit only benefited people in Korea, and then so it was really nice of Hong Kong management to help out with that. But anyway, what happened in Singapore, and this could be the issue with your country as well. What happened in Singapore last year was the organization sold tickets ahead of time to people they knew. So it was like insiders. So if like you're a member of, what was the organizer last year? Was it Live Nation? If you're a member of Live Nation and then I'm your friend and then you sell me like really upfront tickets or whatever seat I wanted, then that's not fair because how fucking you do that? Like that's not fair. So yeah, it was found out, and actually the news was all over Twitter when the concert was over, and so that was what happened. And management was really bad as well. They were not prepared for the crowds. There was practically a stampede when people were going to buy merch. People were allowed to wait in line outdoors like 2 days before. So people basically camped. And Big Hit was very unhappy when they found out about it because there were people who camped outside ticket stations like 5-6 days before. They brought tents and they slept outdoors for like 6 days. I'm not gonna start on how these people don't have an actual life because like how do you do that? But yeah, so a lot of things went wrong, but the management didn't care because the management only wanted your money, and it was very apparent that that was the system. And also BTS were led to believe that we would have 2 days of concerts. Yoongi said it during the concert. He said it. I probably have it on video somewhere. He said it himself. He was like, you guys, he was really sorry to us. He said, we didn't go all out tonight because we thought there was a second day. There was going to be a day 2, and he said it was such a pity because if he had known that we were only getting 1 day, they would have gone like crazy insane. So our concert was actually very tame. So okay, so that's the reason for Singapore. But let me tell you how Big Hit, it's Big Hit who makes the decisions where to go. It's not BTS, so don't think that like BTS doesn't want to come to your country, because I'm sure they do. Let me tell you the process for how things happen. And let me also tell you that you could be part of the reason why, if they don't go to your country, oh, I'm so distracted by the comments. You guys, if you're having a conversation with yourselves, then maybe you could like take it elsewhere. Or like, I don't know if you're even listening to what I'm saying. So okay, here's the process for how Big Hit decides which country to go to. First, they have to collect data, and this data, there's either they pay a local company to do it, or they have their own surveyors to do it. They collect data, and what I mean by data is they have to see the popularity in the country, and so what kind of data do they collect? How often BTS songs are requested on the radio, how often they're played on public stations, BTS, and there's also like, of course, they also monitor like Twitter mentions, for example. Twitter mentions from that particular country, because there are websites that collect data for this, and then there are companies that do surveys. And it's not survey where they talk to you and ask you a question. A survey is like they're just going around gathering their information by themselves. And so that's what they're doing. They're collecting data. They're monitoring what the mentions are like in your country, like song requests on the radio, how often you ask for BTS, and what else? Not just Twitter, I guess like other sites as well. Instagram is really hard to tell, but Twitter is like a huge source of why they would that contributes towards the data and increases your chances of getting BTS to perform in your country. And so it's like sort of to see how popular they are, not to compete with other artists, but just to see if you meet a sort of like a standard, like a bar that they want. And they also take information such as the demographic, the age demographic. If everybody's 10 years old, then they're not going to go, of course, because then nobody's going to come to the concert, or like, you know, they would have to bring parents, and that's unlikely to happen. And so they have to see your age demographic as well. And so if a large percentage are like older teenagers, for example, older teenagers, adults, and I guess there should be a balance between younger teens as well. So these are people this is a concert going age. So yeah, that's how they decide all these little factors. So if you don't do things like tweet, or if you don't contribute to the tweets, if you don't do things like request them on the radio or talk about them or bring them up, so it could be, like I said, you have to be a part of it. And also that's the fan factor. Another factor is the production side. The production companies, they have to approach production companies, or production companies can approach them and say, hey, we would love for you to come to our country. We've collected the data and we've gotten very positive responses from the fans, and we are sure we can sell out a stadium for you. So if a production company approaches them and says that, then of course they'll start doing communications like, okay, so our show is gonna be like this, and we require this much space. We're gonna have this type of like let's say Jungkook flying around in a stadium. Can your stadium accommodate that? Can it do that? Can it fit all the stuff that we want to fit in our show? And if the production company does their research and says, no, unfortunately, our stadium isn't equipped for what you want to do, then they'll be like, okay, then we're sorry. And we can't go. Or they'll go with another production company that can provide a better location, for example. Um, something like that. So there's so many factors as to why a show does not happen in your city. Sometimes your city or your country has regulations. Like there are very conservative countries, like for the Malaysian concert that I went to, like nobody was allowed to lift their shirts and show abs during the show. So I was like, I knew that was gonna happen because Malaysia is a Muslim country, and then so I was like, I knew that there was gonna be no abs, sadly. So anyway, so far, let me recap for you so far. So there's two sides to. I mean, we're not done yet. We're not done discussing yet. But so far, are you guys like understanding what's going on? So there's stuff that you can do. So the first part of how your country or city is chosen for a concert is you, as a fan, you're contributing towards the data survey. Make sure you are tweeting, make sure, and you're tagging them, make sure, or just mentioning BTS or BTS names, members, and stuff. Just make sure you're doing that. You can do, there should be requests on the radio. You can just go anywhere that's trackable. Twitter you can track, on radio you can track. These are the largest sources. So if you're doing this a lot, that really helps. Okay, so that's your side. That's your responsibility. However, if the other party, which is the organizers in your country, don't do a good job, or even if they do a good job, but the venue and the restrictions in the venue don't allow for the type of show that BTS want to perform, then it might be hard in your country as well. So for example, like fire explosions in like the beginning, because they always do like a dramatic entrance to their concerts. Like the intro is just like dramatic music, blasts of fire, more dramatic music, amazing lighting. So then and then like the best example that I can mention is the flying thing that Jungkook did for Euphoria and Speak Yourself. If your stadium can't do that for them and they have to have the same things happening at every concert to be fair. So yes, and fireworks, that's right. And drones flying above. There are certain countries that do not allow like drones to go up because that's in airspace. And so that's another thing that you need to understand also. And some people own the airspaces above buildings. That's a real thing. That's a legit thing. You can look it up. So these are all restrictions. You think about it. If like your stadium meets everything, but then they said no drones above the stadium because we don't own that airspace, or it's not allowed because we have planes flying really super close, then Big Hit will be like, no, okay. We checked everything, but this last box not checked. We can't go to your country. So yeah. These are all the factors that you need to consider. So it's not just you, and it's not that maybe they don't want to go. It's that maybe they tried and then it didn't happen for certain reasons. Like, so location restrictions, airspace restrictions, equipment restrictions, and some places are kind of like anal. They're very crazy. They're like, no, we don't want your staff to do things. You tell us what to do, we'll handle it. But then Big Hit will be like, our staff know what's best because this is our show. And they'll be like, no. So, yes, this is a reason why, these are the reasons why that Big Hit may not choose your country to go to. So I'm really sorry if you don't, if your country's not chosen. please understand that it doesn't mean that they don't know that you're there, or they don't love you, or they don't notice you. I'm sure they do. It's just that there wasn't enough to bring them over. I hope they come to SG. That's the thing. I heard bad news, and I think they're not coming because of how bad the management is in our country. We are a very, very small country, and we have very few production companies that can handle such a large scale. And so the bigger production companies that that can handle a BTS concert, they have been proven to not do very good management. Just like last year, it was terrible, absolutely terrible. It was really shit management. And so it is unlikely that they will come back. I am not sure, like, which production companies they talk to, but I mean, I think it's quite natural that if you experienced something really bad last year, you might not want to come again this year. Trust me, I really want them to come back too. It's my home country. I'm tired of having to travel to Korea to see BTS. I am so tired and so broke. No, I love Korea. What am I talking about? I love going over there just to eat, which I will do anyway. So I have booked my flight even though I have no tickets, and ticket sales aren't even out yet, but my flight's already booked because need to book it early so that it's cheap. Mama is the queen of saving money. So yes, this is what I've done. Do you have any questions? I think, maybe I might have forgotten to mention a few factors, but do you have like questions? Don't ask me questions like why do you think, like, what was it? Never mind, just ask your questions. I'll help you answer them if I can. I hope this is making sense for you, and you can tell your friends in your country, or just put it on a forum, or put it out on Twitter, and so people understand. People need to understand why BTS is not coming to their country. And I would love for you to not compare and say, like, some countries are getting more dates than others. Well, some places are major cities. Major cities are equipped to accommodate really huge crowds and they have really big stadiums. So they are adding more dates. You guys, they said it was round 1 of dates. Stay tuned for more to come. If you're from a smaller city, that's the thing. I really don't get why people think like BTS is gonna come to every damn city. It's like, okay, I'm talking about the US here. You're a fucking huge country, okay? Get it in your head that not every city is as popular as another city. And what I said about the what I said about the survey data applies to your city as well. If your city is small, and even if everyone is a fan, but you didn't meet that minimum mark that they need to anticipate a sold out stadium, you're still not gonna get a show. So it's yeah, it applies. It really applies as well. Do you have tips for getting tickets? Fast internet. Be in Korea. I don't know. Okay, wait. For your country, I really don't know what the process is in your country. Every country has a different process. So I don't know. For my country last year, I went down and bought tickets myself in person. It wasn't online or anything. It was easy. I mean, it was not really easy. I woke up at 5 o'clock to go buy tickets. So I was in line by 5:30. I have a video on that. You can see what happened. It says, woke up at 5:30 to queue for BTS tickets. I think that is the title of this video. Hi, Tara. Woo! I'm so glad you're here. South Korea has the fastest internet in the world. That's not true. I have been in South Korea and tried to buy tickets. but it failed anyway. And I have a video on that probably. I think there's a video of me sobbing my heart out because I was like, can't fucking get tickets in my country, can't fucking get tickets in Korea while I'm here. It was for prom party, and I was so upset because I want to go to a prom with boys. I was from a girls' school, so I've never had a prom with boys. And so prom party had BTS in it. I was gonna wear a fucking nice dress and go to prom, wear a corsage and everything, but yeah, that didn't happen. Anyway, for anything for tickets, you can just go search on YouTube. Just type Himangi. That's my channel name. Please don't pronounce it as Jumanji, okay? A lot of people are getting it wrong. It's Himangi. Himangi meaning hope in Korean. So search on YouTube for Himangi tickets, and there should be quite a few videos that come up. I have videos on how to, like, if you buy tickets in Korea, how to collect or where to collect, what's the process. How to buy tickets on Global Interpark. There's just a whole bunch. I'm just full of all kinds of information for you, and a lot of people have said it's really helpful if you're going to Korea. There's also, like, I have a playlist of how to get to all the BTS related places in Korea, and I provide addresses in English and in Korean that you can show to your taxi driver and how to get there and everything. So please check those videos out. I work really hard for my YouTube channel for zero money. I'm really sad about that. But I love you guys, my army friends, and I hope that my channel gets monetized. Anyway, they went to Chile for the Wings tour. Yeah, so, okay, also another factor, you guys, sometimes is that sometimes if they've been to your country already and then they might have to choose another country, it could be that also, like, because they can't keep going to the same ones. Although this doesn't apply for Thailand, because Thailand gets a fucking concert every tour. I don't know why. But good for me because Thailand is so close. And ground tickets are so easy to get. So, yes, we will go to Thailand if they have it in Thailand. Bye, Rafida. I really hope you guys get dates. And, California is getting 4 shows. Yeah, California is a really big place. It's super long state. It's divided. You guys are getting 2 shows for NorCal and 2 shows for SoCal. That's fine. That's a big deal. Do you know how long California is and how long it takes to travel within California? Okay, that is the reason why one state gets so many shows. I have lived in NorCal for like a year. And yeah, even though everybody thinks, oh, LA is in California, San Francisco is in California. But no. Do you know how long it takes for me to get to LA from San Francisco? It's huge, okay? So that's why if people get 4 dates for California, it's fine. NorCal and SoCal are a whole state on their own. So it counts as different states. When do tickets go on sale? I don't know. I'm not Big Hit. Just wait for information. Okay, BTS is too much. I'm waiting for your question. I'm reading. Don't worry. I'm looking at your if you guys have more questions that I can actually answer that I wish I could, I'm not Big Hit staff, so I don't know when tickets go on sale. I know the process. So a couple of days ago, my friend Georgie and I because I don't know if Tara's still here or not. And she was like, yeah, we're gonna go buy tickets. I'm like, no, girl, raffle comes first. And she was like, when is the raffle happening? Tickets go on sale really soon, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, raffle comes first. And then you have to get the raffle places winners, because winners can buy ground seats. So raffle has to be first before every concert. And yeah, and then hours later, Big Hit announces the raffle. So see, I know what I'm talking about. Just ask me. I am this ton of reliable information, your one-stop shop. Okay, did you know that in Mexico they opened a house of BTS? Yes, I saw the pictures and the videos like a while ago. Really a while, weeks ago actually. I would not be able to answer for your tickets when the tickets go on sale for the US because I'm not going, so I don't care to keep up with the news. I can tell you processes and general information that all armies need to know, but things that are specific to your country, if I'm not going, then I wouldn't know. I'm sorry. Could you get no tickets just waiting for too long in the queue? Of course. Yeah, of course. That's happened plenty of times. That's normal. That's normal for every type of concert. That's like an experience, an unfortunate experience of concert buying sometimes. Ticket buying. Plenty of times I was in a long online ticket queue and had no tickets. Oh, am I shaking too much? Sorry. Okay. Resale. Please don't buy resale tickets. Don't even talk about resale. If you can, don't encourage, don't even talk about resale because you're encouraging the scalpers to buy this shit. How about just, oh my god, legitimately getting your tickets? Everybody thinks like resale is an option, but it's so shady. I had friends who were cheated out of their like hundreds, nearly 1,000, because they thought resale tickets are just legit, and it was just a fucking piece of paper, and then they were rejected at the door. So please don't. That's not maybe that's your absolute last resort. I can understand that. The want to go to a BTS concert is so bad that, of course, if there was a chance that you knew it was legit, then and you had no tickets, you would go for it. I understand that. But try not to make that as like, oh, I don't need to try for tickets. I'll just buy resale. Let's not do that instead. Okay? For membership registration, you can register now. And buy membership, and then go on for, well, this is an American tour process thing. You sign up for membership, get your membership, go to the website and verify your membership, and then get a code for pre-sales. Because wait, yours is just for pre-sale? You don't have a raffle? Do you have a raffle? Yes, you do, right? Yeah. I have to go really soon. Today, it's unofficially today we're starting Chinese New Year celebrations. It's the Lunar New Year. It's the Lunar... Angeline, I already mentioned everything in the Singapore concert last year, so I'm sorry I can't like talk about it all over again. When this video is over, it's gonna get re-uploaded and you can just rewatch it because it's the earlier part of this video. It's pre-sale. Is the membership worth it if you live in the other side of the world? It used to not be, but it kind of is now, because right now they have like videos with English subtitles just for people who have membership. It's like, and then like interviews that you can't see elsewhere. But of course, there are assholes who post up these videos elsewhere. Now, I don't think it's the same quality or whatever. Isn't it better to have membership and be a part of things? I don't know. I would say it used to not be worth it, but it is worth it now because the content that you have. It used to be that to get special content, you need to be leveled up in the fan cafe, which is really fucked up because if you pay for membership and you don't want to do the level up fan cafe shit, which is like so hard, then you won't be able to see all the membership content. But right now on Weverse, everything is available to us so easily for members. You don't have to do leveling up. You don't have to do anything. Just pay your money and see all the stuff. That's how I like it. So it's worth it. Go get the membership and see all this good shit on Weverse. Don't look at it elsewhere. Don't upload it elsewhere. Don't do that. What's so hard about following the rules, you motherfuckers? Fan club registration for the raffles. Oh, honey, you can't ask that. The raffle is a chance at getting the tickets. I won one raffle for Magic Shop in Busan last year, and then I didn't win the raffle for any of the 3 shows for Speak Yourself the final, which was fucked up. I mean, no, it's not fucked up. Okay, it's my luck. It's fucked up for me because I was sad and disappointed, but it's based on luck. So a raffle is a higher chance for you to get the tickets. If not the guaranteed one, then at least pre-sales. You know what I mean? But you can't buy the membership and expect to get a ticket every time. That's not possible. So for me, it's worth it. And based on the things that I've said, you need to consider it yourself. Some people don't like things that are based on luck. It's like, oh, luck? This means I might not get it, so it's not worth it for me. But I'm like, for me, luck, it means I might get it, so it's worth it for me. Good luck, Tara. I really hope you get it. It's gonna be amazing. I hope I get it too. 4 shows in Seoul. If I don't even get one, I'm just gonna fling myself into the Han River and just drown. My raffle's not up yet. So, okay, you guys, I have to go because I have to finish getting stuff ready for the Lunar New Year. You want to try for Japan? Good luck with that. There is no fucking way unless you can read Japanese. All the people who try for Japanese shows are like, unless you have the Japanese membership, yeah. Yeah. The chances of foreigners getting Japanese tickets are like 0.2%. Just because they have so many shows, it doesn't mean that, like, I don't know. I don't know why you guys would be like, it's not fair. Japan gets like 6 shows, blah blah blah. There's probably a reason. Oh, I wanted to talk about that also. They have a contract with fucking like Sony Japan or whatever Japanese music production company in Japan. And so they have like certain obligations to fulfill as well. So all of you shut the fuck up about Japan having so many concerts, blah 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 blah. First of all, it's real close. And Japan practically have their own. It's like they're in a world of their own. They're not counted in the world tour because they're like a world of their own. Yes, they get better music videos, better like better everything, but yes. There's a reason why they go to Japan so often, because it counts as their own. Yeah, Japan has a big music market. They can make a lot of money in Japan. They do make a lot of money in Japan. And of course, another motivating factor for them to do the world tour is not out of 100% love for armies. They gotta make some money. They gotta prepare for the future. So if Japan gives them a fuck ton of money, why not? I know I would try to do as many shows as possible in Japan. So, yeah. Exactly, they gotta live. It's like, ooh, a chance to make double the money. And okay, so okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this right now. I'll give us 10 minutes before I officially actually have to go. Okay, let's talk about this, okay? Cost of shipping all big hits fucking equipment for a BTS concert to all your country locations is fuck tons. That's the cost. And so when you talk about profit, okay? When you talk about profit, let's say I'm going to use small numbers so it's easier. If a ticket is $100 and let's say BTS performance time is $50, shipping the equipment is $25, that's $75, and the ticket is $100, their profit is $25 because you have to minus all the costs that they paid. Oh, and then you have to pay the production company. So maybe $5. These not real numbers, okay? I'm just using small numbers for you guys to understand. Not to say that you're dumb or anything, but it's just easier for everybody, okay? Yeah. So costs: $5 production company, $50 BTS performance time. You have to pay the artist. $25 for shipping. That's like $80. Yeah, paying employees or whatever. And then a ticket is $100. So at the end of the day, Big Hit takes home $20. Okay, let's say that was shipping to the US, it cost $25 for their equipment. But then going to Japan, okay? Let's say a ticket is $100, BTS performance time is $50, paying the company $55. But shipping is so close that it's $5. So they spend $60, the ticket is $100. Their profit at the end of the day is $40. That's a higher profit than if they were to perform in the US, for example. But the benefit of performing in the US is more global exposure, just because of how many people watch your like award shows and year-end shows and things like that. So these, even though profit is smaller, they still have a benefit, a non-tangible benefit. You know what I mean? So to them, it might balance out if they just do a show in Japan where it's basically just profit, not much exposure or whatever, because it's all basically based in Japan. So do you see what I mean? They have to think about profit and costs and everything, and they definitely can make a bigger profit in Japan than maybe elsewhere. And it's easier to go and come back and do a show in a day, you know. And yeah, no, who doesn't like convenience? Who doesn't? Just think about it. Some people are very entitled. They're like, yeah, I love you, so you should come to me. I'm like, okay. Actually, to be honest, I've experienced that sometimes also. I'm not trying to say I'm a celebrity or anything like that. Trust me, please. This is just a personal story, okay? I used to run a very, very big Instagram account. It had like 100,000 people when I was doing translations online. And because I'm so funny, I was very popular. Oh my god, okay, scratch that. Okay, anyway, so I'm not rich by any means, but that's how people see, like, people, as if you tend to be like more popular, or even if you say you travel a little bit, people automatically think you have money, which is the wrong mentality or wrong impression. And they're like, I really like you, I am such a big fan of you, can you come to my obscure, never heard of city in this other never non-popular country. Like, I would thank you so much for your support, but I can't go to your country. Not to say that's being entitled, but I'm just saying it's just a parallel example of how people think that we, BTS has the time or just like to, I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna pretend like that story never happened because it makes it sound like I am a bigger deal than I really am, so we're just gonna drop that. Oh my gosh, and oh my gosh, I'm sweating so much. But anyway, I got a lot of messages like that. Please don't think I'm rich. But I save a lot of money to fly to Korea just to see BTS. I don't go out. If you're on my personal Instagram, you will see how, yeah, I don't really go places. And if I do go to places after work, I'm just sitting around somewhere with like a $3 drink with my friend and just chatting. Because chatting is free and I have a good time. And I save all my money for BTS. I never go to the movies. I never go to the movies. I don't go to bars or clubs. The only thing I guess I do outside is eat a lot. It's just eat. And even then it's not always like expensive or anything. That's how I save the money to go and see. And people assume I'm rich because I fly to Korea so often. Like last year I went to Korea like 4 times, but it's close. It's not far from me. So it's not expensive to fly. Yeah. It's like 400 something, 500 something to fly. That sounds like a lot to some of you, but when you think about what normal flight prices are, that's actually cheap. So that's how I go to Korea so often is I sacrifice my social life. Not that I have much of one anyway. So yeah, don't have friends. It's easy. Then you don't go out, you don't do anything, and then you save all your money to just go see BTS. That's not true. I have a lot of friends, but I don't really like going out that much. I am not a fan of crowds and crowded places, and Singapore is a fucking crowded place. Yes. Okay, anyway. I'm about to go, but it's time to plug some of my social media. If you're not following me on Twitter yet, please do. It is @SSBTS_mama. @SSBTS_mama. My private Instagram is j.hemani, j.heemangi, just like the name of this channel. I post actually a lot of little BTS fan cams that I don't post on here because I get like, I've been getting a lot of flags for copyrighted music. So I tend to post my fan cams or personal experiences or things that I can't post here, like pictures and stuff from my different BTS adventures. I posted on my Instagram. Not a fan of posting it on Twitter actually also, to be honest. Instagram is better. So anyway, I'm going. Happy New Year to everyone who's celebrating it. I am so excited. I'm celebrating today, and my Korean friend is also celebrating with me because Koreans also celebrate it. And she doesn't have family here, so she's coming to celebrate with me and my family. So that's gonna be cool. Everybody, 新年快乐! 새해 복 많이 받으세요. Bye bye.